So this is my day 2 diary of me getting back on track. Yes, I've decided that I'm going to keep back on track. And as of now, I am currently resting. I'm sorry for the noise outside. My dogs are doing their dog thing. So it's normal. So I can't do anything about it, but what I can do about is that me would have to get better. How? I think I should start by taking myself more seriously and have a reflection of how far I've come as a person and all of the things that made me who I am today. I would use them in order for me to get better. Yes. And by the end of this video, I hope that my story would get to inspire you guys in your everyday life. I hope. I don't know. I'm not. I just. There's a lot to think about right now, but. Okay, moving on. First, I'm gonna tell you about my story of how I became a photographer. So it's like a story time session, like this video vlog or whatever. So technically, the reason why I took my course and do what I do now is because I had an epiphany before, where I'm not gonna try to be religious or anything, but I did pray to God that what direction I should take in life. And apparently, He gave me a direction, but in the body of a person, which was my sister's friend, and she studies multimedia arts in Mapua University. So, yep, I found out that their courses look pretty cool, so I'm just like, wow, that's pretty cool, I might give it a try, and it looks interesting, it looks so fun. And then I did. For 2 years I started to improve myself in traditional art and being creative in general. Even though I might seem to be the weird kid in class who always draw some stuff. You know, I was like that for 2 years. Because I don't want to be the person who takes a course that they don't want. For example, medicine or law, or I don't want any of those. I only want what I want, which is arts. So I started to develop my talent and skills in arts when I was in senior high, grade 11, 12. I took a workshop in the church community in which the professor there was very kind and patient enough to teach me how to do figure drawing. So I started as a figure drawing artist. I mean, I'm not that good, but I was very fond of drawing faces and portraits. So for the most part, I draw portraits and draw some animes and draw just basically whatever I want to draw. Who the fuck cares, right? And then suddenly I have this application in UST and Benilde, and apparently I like Benilde more. No, that's not the case. I like UST more because it's much cheaper. But my dad said I should go to Benilde because it's much closer to my house, although it's expensive. So I mean they're the ones who's going to pay for my tuition, so why not, right? And then I started going to Benilde, and it was a different experience because all of the people I've met, most of the people I met were very, very, very good at what they do. And they have their stuff and they have their shit together. And I was just like, I don't know how to use a fucking Photoshop and Illustrator. So what am I gonna do, right? It's really confusing. And then I started to develop this insecurity within me, which explains why I'm quite defensive of my artworks, which I have said the other day, because I wanted to be able to be good at all the time, at all times, and then suddenly, I just realized that I have not been patient and kind with myself in the process, because I beat myself up every single day. And then when my first finals came, that was the time when my grandma died, and it really affected me deeply because I was the only one left in the house. Because I choose to stay because of many different reasons. And then it affected me horribly that my relationships with my peers and with my family and with myself was greatly affected. So I developed a trust issues in the process because of that. And then after that, I decided that I'm gonna be stepping up my game and in my life, and I started to learn photography. But I did not learn photography as quickly as I imagined myself to be. Although the process, the process of me in my photography journey right now was pretty fast. Yes, it doesn't equate to how much effort I've put in within that time frame. Like I did work so hard because the reason why I started taking photography is just like there's my sister has a camera and I want to use it, and at first I did some like self-portrait photography because I am very fond of faces and portraits, and then a thing came up in which that changed my shit forever, like how I see things. And it's basically like my sister telling me, like, gave me a really harsh critiques in my photography and my self-portrait that like I became so insecure, and then I decided I'm gonna prove her wrong. And then it's like mostly like me trying to prove myself to anyone. And right now, looking back at it, I realize I don't need to prove myself to anyone. Just as long as I'm having fun and I get to do what I do. So, okay, this starts for my story session because it's 6 minutes and my storage might get full. So, see you when I see you guys. I'm trying to get better. Bye bye!